I think we're excited the way we played last weekend. Both games I thought we played well. You could argue in the second game after watching it back, we might have played, maybe better through stretches of that game than we did on Friday night, even though we didn't get the result we wanted. So we really look forward to having a good practice today and then hitting the road tomorrow. It's been a while since we've been on the road as a team. It's nice to get away from campus, especially going up to Maine. It's always a fun place to play. Things are very lively in that building, on the ice and in the crowd. So I think guys are really excited about our last weekend of the regular season, and hopefully we can have a good weekend.
All right, we'll take any questions. Again, just use the raise hand feature and I'll be happy to call on you. We'll start with Pat Donnelly.
Coach, you've talked about in the past, executing off faceoffs, especially in offensive zone. It felt like, maybe didn't get quite the chances you may have wanted off offensive zone draws on Sunday. Have you looked at making any adjustments, whether it's set plays or what have you there?
Yeah, I think the key is just, I thought we did an okay job. Obviously we scored the goal on Friday night off the faceoff. You're not going to score all the time, but it's just about winning draws and getting possession. And then if you do get possession, trying to just find a way to funnel a puck down to the net or keep the puck alive instead of getting a shot blocked. But the key is to, win the draw or be on the attack and have that kind of mindset of shooting the puck, which at times we do, at times we don't. So we're going to have that mindset as we move forward, because it's an important part of the game. And if you do win a draw, you want to make sure that, you put them on their heels a little, just having that shot mentality.
Bell, go ahead.
Coach, 4-0 win last time you guys met with Maine. So what are you taking from that game, and just the main focuses in your guys' play against this team as it's kind of crucial points as the season closes out?
Yeah, I think all in all, we're not worried about the opponents. We're worried about how we're playing, from, how we forecheck to how competitive we are and what we're working on as a group. Maine poses a lot of problems, especially in their building. They're obviously a team that's always been good at home. They can ride their crowd. So we're going to have to be ready from the drop of the puck. Things happen really quickly up there. And our rink, from a spacing standpoint, is a lot bigger. The corners up there are very shallow. So getting the practice up there hopefully can get our guys accustomed to a little bit smaller sheet. It's a little more like Walter Brown. But yeah, I think, the game last time, won't be any indication of what it's going to be like to play at Maine.
Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, Albie, after Northeastern's loss last night, going into this weekend, you could go from, possibly finishing second or having to play in the first round. Have you ever seen a season like this where there's such a disparity going into the last weekend?
Yeah, no, it's pretty wild. I think when everyone didn't make the playoffs, I think there ended up being a lot of tension, but now that everyone makes the playoffs, the tension is a little less. Obviously the teams that have the ability to potentially get a bye or potentially get home ice, whether it be the first game or the second game, I think you want to finish as high as you can. So you want to finish out strong. But it is tight. It's the point system probably creates a little bit of tightness, and just the way, the pockets of time where teams have done well and, maybe struggled. You look at Providence, who's got a great overall record, and at times that they've been really dominant within our league, and then they've had some moments where they haven't. So I think playing in the last weekend, it's an exciting chance to try to create some momentum for the team going into that next week.
Bell, go ahead.
Any word on the availability of McCarthy or Phillips for either this weekend or playoffs?
They both didn't skate yesterday, so I'm waiting to see what the injury report is for today. We're on the ice in probably 25 minutes, so I'm hoping to get that sooner than later. We haven't scheduled in as practicing today, but we'll if they practice, they'd probably just be in the blue jersey, just kind of go out there on their own. Nothing major. It was just kind of a couple precautionary bumps and bruises. So I think they should be fine, but time will tell.
John, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. John Shields from Maine Radio. What's your takeaway when you scout the Black Bears? What do you see when you look at this Maine team? Obviously, they've had some struggles, but what's your takeaway?
Yeah, I think after playing them, they play a man's game. They're very hard to play versus. They're very hard in all three zones. They're well coached. They've got a very good goalie, and they've got some guys. There was in that game that we played, they just didn't capitalize and missed a couple nets. That could have been a very different hockey game. So I think it's going to be very difficult, and they make it difficult on you to earn ice, and they've got enough talent within that room and enough experience to beat anyone. So we're not taking anyone lightly, especially a Maine at home. BU Maine rivalry over the years has been pretty strong, and I think their fans will feel it. And they're playing in their last weekend at home, and they want to end on a good note. So I think it's going to be a really difficult weekend for us.